Earlier this week, Attorney General Eric Holder announced to the world, and more specifically perhaps to the Russian government, that if they do extradite Edward Snowden, the U.S. will not seek to employ the death penalty against the leaker who told the world and the American public about the wiretapping and data mining and various other civil liberties violations of the NSA. Now, that's good news, all else being equal, although we're going to break it down a little bit here. And so here's specifically what Eric Holder said. The criminal charges Snowden faces do not carry the death penalty, and that the U.S. will not seek the death penalty even if Snowden were charged with additional death penalty eligible crimes. And so I'm glad objectively, both for the first part of that sentence and also especially for the second one, because it's all well and good to say that the current crimes don't carry the death penalty. If you then, once you have the hacker in your hands, you then apply more penalties that could lead to the death penalty. So it's a good thing that they're saying that they're not going to do that. Now I'm just going to give my theory on why they're doing this. It seems like the United States and Eric Holder in particular are getting a little bit desperate. You know, early on in the first week or two after this information came out and we identified who the leaker was, they had this strength in what they were saying. And now it's, well, we're not going to kill you. Next week, maybe we'll slap you around a little bit. And then finally, we're going to give you a Netflix subscription. So they're weakening their rhetoric a little bit. And they're doing that for one of two reasons. One is to convince the Russian government not to worry, because I'm sure the main thing that Vladimir Putin has been worried about is Edward Snowden being killed. That doesn't really seem real. Perhaps more realistically, it's lowering the bar of the consequences that Edward Snowden himself could face if he chose to come to the United States. But I have a feeling that they got to lower the bar a whole lot lower than that. And the main reason for that is, and I'm sure many of you were thinking this as you initially heard the information from Eric Holder, simply not killing him does not mean that he's going to have an easy time of it if he comes back stateside. After all, Bradley Manning's still alive. Not a very good time to be Bradley Manning, though. The being left in a cell by yourself for extremely long periods of time, the beatings, the humiliation, the various other consequences that Bradley Manning has faced. Edward Snowden doesn't want to face those even if he's left alive. So, like I said, all else being equal, it's good that the United States is coming out and making very clear, hopefully without later backtracking, that they will not kill Edward Snowden for leaking the information. But that's 1/10 of the way to what we would see, I think, at least on my side, as a just conclusion to this entire affair.